phone is the governor of the state of Virginia, Bob McDonnell, and thank you for taking time in a very busy day for you, Governor, to join us as we all have seen the pictures that have been flashing across our TV screens all afternoon. What is your reaction, first off, Governor?
Well, Tom and Alvita, as you know, I lived in Virginia Beach for 21 years. I lived just a couple miles from the site of that crash, also in the flight path. And you know the great pride our community's got in having our master jet base and the great Navy base in Norfolk there. This is obviously a great tragedy. It looked like the pilots did everything they could and exhibited great skill before they ejected. I've been in touch with the mayor on several occasions, the congressman, the state police, the Navy, to offer all the assistance that we can offer here at the state level. And I know our police, our hazmat teams, and others are on the scene as well. And now I think the critical stage is the going into the buildings now that the smoke and the fires have subsided to see whether or not there are any casualties. But the initial reports certainly seem to be good. But it's obviously a tragedy for the community.
Governor, you just indicated that you've spoken with the mayor, you've spoken with leaders of the Navy community. This was it could have been so much worse, as we've been saying, and fortunately it wasn't. But where do we go from here with something like this happening in such a heavily populated area?
Alvita, as you know, since the 2005 BRAC process, we have put money in from the state, as the city of Virginia Beach and others, to be able to try to abate the encroachment around Oceana. We want that Navy base to be there. It's a great support community in Virginia Beach and all around the Hampton Roads area for our great men and women in uniform, especially our pilots in the Navy. And we know that they're going to continually to be the best and great pilots that they are. They're going to need to do touch and goes around Oceana. They're going to have missions out over the Atlantic, and occasionally in training the accidents do happen. I think the Navy's done a great job with a marvelous safety record over the years, and I think it's just too early to make any other judgments, Alvita. I think we're going to have to wait and see what happened. Was it mechanical failure? What was it that happened? And I'm sure the Navy then will take all appropriate action to reduce problems in the future.
And even though it is early, Governor, can you give us any sense of what these conversations were like today between you and members of the Navy?
Well, I've not spoken directly. Our members of our team have, have spoken to members of the Navy. They really are the lead agency because they've got the special fire equipment and so forth to be able to handle these kinds of disasters with the jet fuel and being involved and so forth. Right now, their only concern is reducing the problems on the ground and being in a position to offer the immediate medical and other assistance to people that are there. So there are no other discussions at this point other than and the rescue and the fire abatement operation. We'll talk about things, I think, probably in the future after there's an investigation, which I know the Navy will do very well. But our biggest concern right now is whether or not there's anybody still in those apartments that needs medical attention, and then we'll take it from there.
And that's something we have to closely watch, Governor. But, of course, the clock may have been our friend here. It's Good Friday, and this happened just after noon on a holiday, leading into a holiday weekend. As I said to Ann McNamara earlier, if this were 7 a.m. on a workday, our story at that apartment complex might be a different one.
Well, Tom, you're exactly right. It really is a blessing, the combination of the time of day and the holiday weekend. From 21 years of living in the flight path, I know that those pilots have to train day and night in every type of weather situation. They're incredibly skilled. They're training to be able to land on a moving object in the middle of the night in the middle of the ocean. I mean, it's a dangerous business. Our Navy pilots are incredibly talented and skilled, and they do these touch and goes and so forth around Oceana. We don't know at this point whether that's what was going on, a carrier qualification, or whether it was someone heading out to sea. But in any event, the immediate concern is solely the safety of those residents in and around the crash site. And then after full investigations are done, I'm sure there'll be more that can be done in terms of future training. But we're so proud of the men and women that wear the Navy uniform and what they do to defend our country. And I'm sure that the folks on the ground, our state police, our local police, our firefighters, the EMS, they're doing a great job from all my discussions with the mayor, and I applaud what they're doing.
Governor McDonnell, with all the people you have to talk to today, we really appreciate you taking time out to speak with us and bring us up to speed as to this situation from your vantage point. Thank you for joining us today, Governor.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Of course, the governor is probably trying to get ready too, as we're trying to get ready for that 3 p.m. news conference, which was expected to happen